I think something that you mentioned that really stood out to me is that you said American Christianity is sort of a hybrid Christianity, and I think people put a lot of different spins on Christianity out here.
Absolutely.
He wasn't American, but Dietrich Bonhoeffer, depending on who you asked, he either famously or infamously referred to something as a religionless Christianity.
Yes.
What did he really mean by that?
It's a great question. So, in exactly this, the story of Methodism is a story of hybridity. It's the story of a certain orientation to Christianity, to the church, that then gets tried and relativized by the experience and the power of someone else's faith, that then finds a way to incorporate that power and to reform an understanding into something that is new and a full flowering and expression of itself. And so the story of Dietrich Bonhoeffer is a very similar kind of story. Bonhoeffer comes up as a Lutheran pastor. He is a prolific pianist. He enjoys poetry. He's a very sensitive soul. And he came to New York City to Union Theological Seminary to study with the Christian ethicist Reinhold Niebuhr. And gosh, when he gets here with his, one of the things I like about Germans is that there is a certain serious and tough-mindedness in German culture. There's a strong intellectual precedent from that goes even back further than the Enlightenment.
They don't beat around the bush.
No, it's right. They say the Germans dig deeper and come up muddier is what they say, and so Germans have a kind of Germans like to get to the source of things. If you talk about something that is superior in the German language, you wouldn't say. So like Budweiser, for instance, in Germany, is not König ober die Bieren, king over the beers or of the beers. It's König unter den Bieren, king under the beers. Superiority in German, unter, is under, but it also has this connotation of implying closer to the source.
Further depth.
Exactly. Yeah. Deeper, of superior quality, because there is that depth there. And so Bonhoeffer is very much cut from that cloth. He is somebody who needs to get underneath the surface and really understand what's making something work, where it springs from. Ist das ursprünglich oder nicht? Is it springing from a true source? I really like that about German intellectual culture. So he comes to America. And of course, while America is the land of hybridity, America is also the land of hype. America America gave the world commercialism. And so
we're sorry.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And so he comes to America and he is just both I don't want to say appalled, but repelled and very much disappointed in what he regards as the intellectual quality of his classmates and even some of his professors at Union. So Bonhoeffer calls Protestantism in America Protestantism without Reformation. And he begins to be, worried is the wrong word, because he doesn't necessarily have a vested interest in the future of Protestantism in America.
Sure.
But he sees it as lacking a kind of depth of historical consciousness, which he sees as is essential to Protestantism's holding on to its integrity. It has to be a protest against something, rather than just a kind of movement in and of itself. And he's worried that with the disembedding of Protestant churches from this wider and serious and ongoing conversation with the Roman Catholic world, that it just becomes a kind of self-serving and elitist and kind of ignorant church. But then he darkens the door of Abyssinian Baptist Church in Harlem, a historic African-American church. And he hears the clergy there just bring the house down from the pulpit. And this, just like the Moravians for John Wesley, he realizes that in his Lutheran pietist informed. I mean, he had some level of that kind of fire in him, but he sees a fire like he's never seen before inside of the black churches. And he becomes a deputy minister at Abyssinian Baptist Church and begins to minister in Harlem. And they love him, of course. And so here's Dietrich Bonhoeffer in his 30s, and he's preaching in the pulpit of Abyssinian Baptist Church, and he's teaching Sunday school and Bible study. And
This is around the 20s?
yeah, this is the late 1920s, early 1930s. And he wants to stay. But then Hitler comes to power in Germany. And he doesn't know if he should go back to Germany to try to push back on Hitler, if he should stay in the United States. And it's his pastor, whose name I'm ashamed to say escapes me at the moment, but at Abyssinian Baptist Church, who encourages him to go back to Germany. And he says, when you go, take the plight of the American Negro back to Europe. And so Bonhoeffer goes back to Germany,